There is a specific moment when successful people realize they have accidentally locked themselves in a cage. It happens somewhere between $120,000 and $180,000 a year, not when they are struggling, when they are winning. The cage is made of granite countertops, German sedans, and private school tuition. And the lock? The lock is that they cannot remember which expense came first. This is not a story about people who made obvious mistakes. This is not about credit card debt or gambling problems or medical bankruptcies. This is about people who did everything right. They got the degree, climbed the ladder, earned the raises, bought the house in the good school district. They followed the script perfectly. And somehow, at the end, they ended up with less freedom than they started with. The American economic system has a feature that most people do not notice until it is too late. Every salary increase creates a decision point, and most high earners unknowingly make the same decision every single time. They convert new income into new fixed costs. A $20,000 raise becomes a $400 per month car payment. A promotion becomes a bigger house. A bonus becomes private school tuition. Each decision feels small. Each one feels rational. The pattern is a trap. Meet David. He is a composite, but his numbers are real, pulled from dozens of interviews with six-figure earners. He is 38 years old, marketing director, $155,000 per year. By every conventional measure, he has made it. His parents are proud. His college friends are impressed. His LinkedIn profile looks like success. Here is his monthly reality. After taxes, his salary nets roughly $8,500 per month. The mortgage, upgraded 3 years ago when he made director, takes $3,200. Two car payments, both upgraded after his last promotion, take $1,100. Private school, which they started when his salary crossed $130,000, takes $1,800. Insurance, utilities, and subscriptions take $900. Food, gas, and basics take $1,200. His 401k contribution takes $850. What remains is $450 per month for a family earning $155,000 per year. This is not unusual. A 2023 survey by Lending Club found that 49% of six-figure earners report living paycheck to paycheck. The Federal Reserve data from 2022 shows something even stranger. The average savings rate for households earning between $100,000 and $150,000 is 8.5%. The average savings rate for households earning between $50,000 and $75,000 is 9.2%. People earning twice as much are saving less. How does someone triple their income and end up with less freedom than they had before? The answer is a mechanism built into the American consumer economy. It is called the lifestyle ratchet, and it works through three specific channels. The first channel is aspiration creep. Every income bracket has visual markers of belonging. At $60,000, you prove success by having your own apartment. At $100,000, you prove it with the zip code. At $150,000, you prove it with the school district, plus the car, plus the vacation patterns of your peer group. Marketing specifically targets each bracket with the next level's aspirational purchases. The system is designed to ensure that you always feel slightly behind where you should be. The second channel is obligation lock-in. Unlike variable expenses like dinners or entertainment, the lifestyle ratchet creates fixed obligations. 30-year mortgages, 3-year car leases with early termination penalties, multi-year school contracts, country club initiation fees plus annual dues, home sizes that require specific furniture, maintenance, and insurance costs. Each one is a lock that clicks into place. The third channel is irreversibility stigma. Downgrading feels like failure. There is social pressure within your peer group. Your children's expectations become fixed. There are professional image considerations. What will clients think if I drive a Honda? What will my colleagues think if I move to a smaller house? The ratchet clicks upward easily. It almost never clicks down. The data shows how this plays out. The average luxury car lease costs $712 per month. According to Experian data from 2023, median private school tuition is $12,350 per year. When household income rises from $100,000 to $150,000, the average mortgage payment increases by $850 per month. And the average time between a salary increase and lifestyle adjustment, 6 to 8 months, just long enough to feel like you deserve it. The 2008 financial crisis revealed this mechanism perfectly. Unemployment hit hardest in middle management positions, people earning between $120,000 and $180,000. Studies showed they struggled more than lower earners to adjust, not because they had less savings, but because they had mortgages sized to their peak income, children midway through private school, no practice living below their means, and professional networks that expected certain signals. Research called the High Achievers Paradox, conducted by Stripe and Harris Poll, found that 70% of workers earning over $100,000 said they needed their current income to maintain their lifestyle. Only 54% of workers earning under $50,000 said the same about their income. The people earning more felt more trapped. The system is not broken, it is working exactly as designed. There is a calculation that everyone does and a calculation that nobody does. The calculation everyone does is simple. Can I afford the monthly payment? The calculation nobody does is more important. Does this purchase increase or decrease the number of months I could survive without this job? The critical metric is runway. Runway equals months of expenses covered by liquid savings. The lifestyle ratchet specifically reduces runway even as income rises. Consider the same person at two different points. Person A earns $65,000. Monthly expenses are $3,800. Savings are $15,000. Runway is 3.9 months. The fuck-off fund exists. Person B is the same person 5 years later. Income is now $155,000. Monthly expenses are $8,100. Savings are $18,000. Runway is 2.2 months. The fuck-off fund is gone. Every fixed cost is a future week where you cannot say no to your boss, cannot leave a toxic workplace, cannot take a sabbatical, cannot start a business, cannot relocate for a better opportunity, cannot wait for the right job instead of the available job. 63% of workers making over $100,000 say they feel unable to leave their job despite wanting to, according to the American Psychological Association Work and Well-Being Survey from 2023. The average emergency fund for households earning over $100,000 is $12,400, enough for 1.8 months. Only 11% of $150,000 earners could take a 6-month career break. Success created dependence. At $155,000, you are not comparing yourself to the median American household earning $74,000. You are comparing yourself to your college roommate who is a director at Google earning $280,000, your neighbor who started a successful business, your LinkedIn feed full of promotions and acquisitions. Below $75,000, people think I need to earn more to be comfortable. Between $75,000 and $150,000, they think I need to earn more to keep up. Above $150,000, they think I need to earn more to not fall behind. The target never arrives because the target is not a number, it is a position relative to your reference group. Research by Kahneman and Deaton showed that emotional well-being peaks around $75,000 and plateaus after, but life satisfaction continues rising with income, not because higher earners are happier, but because life satisfaction is measured by comparison. Survey data shows 78% of high earners say they need to keep up appearances for professional reasons. The spending that brings happiness, time with family, hobbies, rest, gets crowded out by the spending that signals status. This is not new. Thorstein Veblen identified conspicuous consumption in 1899, but the modern twist is that it is no longer just the ultra-wealthy. The lifestyle ratchet has democratized the trap. You can lock yourself in golden handcuffs at $150,000 just as effectively as Gilded Age millionaires did. David gets offered his dream job, the thing he has been working toward for 10 years. Same industry, better company, work he actually cares about. The salary is $145,000. He cannot take it. His current salary nets roughly $8,500 per month. The new salary would net $7,900. The monthly shortfall is $600. Annual shortfall, $7,200. He cannot reduce the mortgage because he is locked in. He cannot pull his kids from private school mid-year because of the social cost and the sunk enrollment fees. He cannot return the leased cars because of early termination penalties. He cannot downsize the house because he would lose money in the current market, plus moving costs. He sits at the kitchen table, the granite countertops he upgraded 3 years ago, looking at the offer letter. He realizes he does not have a career. He has a minimum salary requirement. This is the moment the cage becomes visible. Tracking backward, the pattern emerges. 5 years ago, earning $110,000, he could have taken a startup equity offer. He did not because he needed stability for the house. 3 years ago, earning $135,000, he could have negotiated remote work and moved to a lower cost of living area. He did not because the kids just started school. Last year, earning $155,000, he could have gone independent and probably made more long-term. He did not, because he needed the health insurance and stable paycheck. Each decision was rational. The pattern is a trap. High-income workers report higher rates of job-related stress than median earners, according to the American Psychological Association. Burnout rates are highest in the $100,000 to $200,000 bracket. Not because the work is harder, but because the stakes of losing it are higher. Every fixed cost is a psychological weight. I cannot afford to fail. David has a friend named Chris who makes $68,000 as a teacher. Chris lives in a modest house, drives an older car, sends his kids to public school. Chris was offered a principal position last year. He turned it down because he could afford to. His lifestyle costs $3,400 per month. He has 14 months of runway saved. He has freedom that David does not have, at half the income. David closes the laptop. He declines the offer, not because the job is bad, because he cannot afford his own life on $10,000 less per year. The math is simple. The psychology is brutal. Every dollar you commit to a fixed cost is a dollar that stops working for you and starts working against you. It is not neutral, it is adversarial, because that dollar does not just represent a payment, it represents a future day where you cannot say no, a future week where you cannot walk away, a future month where your options are narrower. The American dream taught us that success means upgrading your life, but nobody mentioned that every upgrade is a trade. You are trading future freedom for present status, and the exchange rate is terrible. The cruelest part? You will not notice until the day you want to leave, and by then you have already signed the lease, enrolled the kids, and built your life around an income level that requires you to stay exactly where you are. The six-figure earner and the minimum wage worker have one thing in common. They both cannot afford to quit. The difference is only one of them thought they were winning. There is a different way to play this game. It requires rejecting the automatic mechanism. It requires building what I call the anti-ratchet strategy. Rule 1 is the fixed cost ceiling. Choose a lifestyle cost, a monthly number, and never let it rise above 50% of net income, regardless of raises. Every future raise goes to savings, 30%, investments, 10%, and guilt-free variable spending, 10%. If you make $100,000, netting roughly $5,500 per month, your fixed costs max out at $2,750. You save before you feel comfortable, not after. Rule 2 is the 6-month test. Before adding any new fixed cost, ask one question. Does this purchase increase or decrease my runway? If it decreases runway, the answer is no. It does not matter if you can afford the payment. Rule 3 is invisible wealth, the opposite of conspicuous consumption. Drive the paid-off car longer. Stay in the smaller house. Use the public school if it is viable. Build the fuck-off fund before you build the impressive life. This works because it creates the thing high earners think they have but do not. Options. The real luxury is not the German sedan, not the granite countertops. The real luxury is the ability to say no without checking your bank account first. The ability to take the job you want, not the job you need. The ability to walk away from something toxic because you can afford 6 months of nothing. If you earn $150,000 and keep your fixed costs at $4,000 per month, you can save $2,000 per month comfortably. In 2 years, that is $48,000 of runway, 12 months of expenses. That is freedom. That is the actual prize. This is not anti-ambition. This is not be cheap. This is not never enjoy your money. This is strategic defense against a system designed to convert every raise into a new chain. The $150,000 salary is not a life sentence because of the amount. It is a life sentence because of what you did with it. The trap is not the number on your paycheck. It is the number on your mortgage, your car lease, your school tuition, your country club dues, every number that must be paid regardless of whether you want to stay or go. The cage is real, but you built it yourself, one upgrade at a time, which means you can also choose not to. You can take the raise and not take the bigger house. You can get the promotion and keep the old car. You can build wealth that nobody sees instead of status that everybody notices. The system will tell you this is leaving money on the table. The system is lying. You are not leaving money on the table. You are leaving the table entirely. And that makes all the difference.